Everything's working. I'm also a funny guy, so I might dig on you. I said this brother used to work for me, man. Back, you get what I mean?
I like it.
You know what I mean? That's what I do. So. State representative. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ear to the Ground 197. I'm your host. My name is Bryan Foley, and we want to thank y'all for tuning in this morning. I got my good friend up in here, right? My IBEW brother, James E. Johnson. And we're going to talk, not just, you can see up there, he said he's running for state representative, but we're going to talk about International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. We're going to talk about the trades. We're going to talk about union. We're going to talk about our brothers. We're going to talk a whole bunch of stuff. You know, if y'all familiar with my show, we don't have no script or nothing like that. We just sit down here and chop it up. So how you doing this morning, good brother?
I'm doing well. Bryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good myself, man. I want to thank you for taking the time out and coming in, you know, to sit with Ear to the Ground and talk to our viewing and listening audience. I'm gonna ask a question out there. Can y'all hear me out there? The reason why I asked, can you hear me, is because I'm broadcasting live on YouTube also. And so sometimes when you start doing stuff, man, you get to mixing signals and stuff like that. Stuff get all mixed up and discombobulated and what have you. But if y'all can hear me, type Y1 into the comment box, right? I thought I had, thank you, sister. I thought I had put this on Do Not Disturb. And this is my good friend. Let's say, what they say? Calls, notifications will be silenced until Do Not Disturb turned off. Now, that's my good friend, William Simmons. He know that I start this show every morning at 11 o'clock. Shorty Bill, what is you doing calling me up on the TV screen this time of morning, man? I got all this tuned down. Some kind of way, he always find a way to bypass the firewall and call me up. Thank you, Tarita, for saying that. But anyway, y'all can hear me, type Y1 into the comment box. I seen what you said there, Tarita. And I would like for you to hit like and share Y1 in the comment box, because I believe in Ypsilanti first. That's what I believe. So that's what the Y1 is for, and also stimulates the algorithm. But also, like I said, I'm broadcasting YouTube also too. That's what this big old microphone is up here, man. It can pick up everything like that. So anyway, before we get started, I got to thank my sponsors. Always got to thank Blackstone Bookstore and Cultural Center, owned by my good friend Athena and Kip Johnson. Also Carlos and Andrea Franklin. Carlos gonna kill me, man, because I haven't been over to the store this week, and I'm supposed to do some things and stuff like that. But Blackstone Bookstore and Cultural Center, located on West Michigan Avenue, right across the street from the public library. This is a quote unquote Black History Month. I call it Black Future Month, right? Black History Month. Go over there and get you some literature, get you some items dealing with our culture. That's Blackstone Bookstore and Cultural Center. Also, Ear to the Ground 197 is brought to you by Tracy Sweet Touch Production, owned by my sister, Tracy Davis. And she makes all of our gifts, our supplies, and everything like that. So anyway, got my good brother right here. And we are, because we are International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 252. So we actually brothers when we say that. I'm just not saying that right here, right? But you see this big brother right here, right? He used to work for me. Well, didn't work for me. He apprenticed up for me. What's that been? How long ago was that, man?
I think it was back in 2003.
2003. What's this? It's 2022. So that's been 19 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That this brother, right? I was a journeyman right there, and this brother apprenticed up under me. Him and another good friend, Ryan Hussey, right?
Absolutely.
They apprenticed from underneath me when I was working for where was we working at? Out at the University of Michigan Hospital.
Yeah, I think it was CBC.
CBC.
Last project I saw you.
Right, last project I was on and what have you. And that's before I took a vacation up north. You know what I'm saying? Well, did I take a vacation? No, I took a vacation up north. Maybe some time later, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that camping trip at another time. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, good brother?
I'm doing good, man. Life's been good. 22 years later, I'm still with the IBEW. I'm now organizer, agent for the IBEW 252, and it's been a good trip. I started back in July 24th of 2000, and I met you in 2003. I got my journeyman's license in 2005. I started running work about 2011, 2012, and I became an agent in 2015. So it's been a good run.
Okay. What is an organizer? What does an organizer do? First of all, I was organized in, okay? But explain to our people what is an organizer is. And I told a lot of people, this is to show you, if you didn't want to tune into any other show or want to go on, I told people, this is the show that you want to tune into, right? And we're going to get into that, right? But what is an organizer?
An organizer, I fight for the rights of working electricians. I meet non-union electricians daily, and I fight to get them living wages, pensions, and health care. I bring them into the IBEW. I change their lives, essentially. I fight for workers' rights. That's what I do.
Exactly right. And doing a good job of it. You come from the Jackson area, is that correct?
I do. Originally from Chicago. My mother's from Jackson area, and I lived there most of my life. I got an apprenticeship in 2000, so I've been commuting to Ann Arbor for 15 years until I became an agent. So I worked all around Ann Arbor, been a part of building various projects. Like
share some of them projects that you was a part of, brother.
I was a part of building a BSRB remodel, CBC, USB, Hill Auditorium. I was a foreman over there at West Quad, Hatcher Library, just to name a few. I spent most of my career working on U of M's campus. It's probably why you guys see pictures of me saying "Go Blue," because I support the Wolverines.
Okay, you know, let's get straight to the meat. How much money do electrician make? Let's say starting out.
Let's say.
Okay.
First year apprentice, no experience at all. We're talking $18, $19 an hour on the check.
Okay.
With zero experience. After 5 years, it's a nice living with 3 pensions, a 401k, and free medical. So life changing.
So brother coming off the street or sister coming off the street, right? They're gonna start out $19, $20 an hour.
Yes.
Right. Now there's some other perks that come with that too. It just ain't an hourly wage. You get what I mean?
Absolutely.
Tell us about the medical, the dental, vacation, and all that good stuff.
The medical is included in the package. That's free medical and dental to the said member. All you have to do is pay your copay when you go to the doctor, but that's about it. It's pretty good insurance. It's taken care of me for 22 years now. In addition to the healthcare, we have pensions. We one of the last few organizations that offer pensions still. We have 3 pensions and a 401k. So when your body's done at 60 years old, you can retire with dignity, when it comes to retirement. So it's a game changer. There's a lot of guys who aren't represented by the IBEW that have to work until they pretty much die on the job because they have no kind of retirement. But fortunate for our members, they have a comfortable retirement when their body starts letting them down. So
yeah, my sister Teresa said that's a damn good insurance. She is, right? So we're talking about an apprentice, somebody coming straight off the street, right?
Yes.
So most apprenticeships are 4 or 5 years, right?
Yes, ours is 5 years.
It's a 5-year apprenticeship, right? Just like going to a 4-year institution, 5-year institution. When I'm talking about 4 or 5-year institution, I'm talking about a college, a university, what have you, right? So a lot of people who I talk to, let me show y'all something, right? I put these up here, right? To show you I'm official like the referee's whistle, right? That right there, that's my state of Michigan journeyman's license, right? This is my state of Michigan electrical contractor's license, okay? This is my IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers membership card, and I'm also a National Electrical Contractors Association member, NECA, right? So we're talking about somebody coming in off the street making $19, $21 an hour. After that 5th-year apprenticeship, and you become
A journeyman.
Journeyman, journeywoman, right? Okay, JIW, right? Journeyman inside worker. What could a person, after graduating, receiving that certificate, that certification, what type of money they making there?
It's not unusual for a journeyman or journeywoman coming out of the apprenticeship to make, say, $80,000 a year.
Say it in the microphone so they can hear y'all.
$80,000 a year is, it's an achievable goal for a man or woman who graduates from our apprenticeship school.
Did y'all hear that right there? After 4 or 5-year apprenticeship, excuse me, when I was in, it was a 4-year apprenticeship. A 5-year apprenticeship, you making $80,000 a year, $80,000 a year. Now, how much people making right now? Because there's a lot of work out there, right? How much they kind of making right now? Because there's a lot of overtime involved. There's a lot of work going on. What's brothers out there? Talk to them. I want. Let me say this. I want my brothers and sisters to understand what the trades is about and how much money we actually make and what the requirements to get up in there. But I'm throwing these numbers out there because I'm trying to attract some people to some things. You get what I'm saying? So what they making right now?
I'll say this, for example, I also have a cousin that's in IBEW as well, and he likes to travel all over the country, and he makes regularly 6 figures.
6 figures. That's $100,000, $200,000 regularly. Is y'all listening out there? Y'all paying attention out there? Now, so Trina says, so you get paid to learn. My sister Robin said you get paid to learn, make money. Go ahead and talk on that, brother.
Yes, actually, in my local, our apprentices get paid to go to school.
You get paid to go to school.
One day every 2 weeks, instead of going to work, you go to school for the entire day and you get paid the same. So the only thing you're really responsible for is buying your books. One of the greatest things about these skilled trades are there's no student loan debt.
Wait a minute, say that again, brother. See,
No
I'm trying to hip y'all to something this morning, okay? And I see ain't too many people tuned in. When it comes to money, it seems like we ain't nowhere around. Ain't no student loan debt. After 5 or 6 years, right? You're making $80,000 a year, no student loan debt. He got a cousin, I know what I'm talking about, making 6 figures. Is y'all listening out there? You paying attention? Y'all sleep or whatever, Go ahead, brother.
Honestly, for minorities, women, people of color, the union trades are the best path because there's equality there. You don't have to worry about not being trained correctly, not being paid correctly, etc. Everybody's on the equal scale, equal playing field.
Right.
So the discrimination is not there because we're all equal. That's what I love about being a union tradesperson is I'm treated fairly, I'm trained properly, and I'm paid accordingly.
Right.
That's important to me.
Exactly. I can say that because I'm an IBEW member. I'm a graduate of International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Apprenticeship Program. Okay. There's some things that I had to do to achieve that status. You know what I'm saying? And we're not ashamed to say, or what have you, that there was a time that Black folks, persons of color, wasn't immediately welcomed into or accepted into the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers a few years back. Some things have changed, quite a few things have changed. In particular, we got some brothers in the hall and a good friend of mine who apprenticed up underneath me named Ryan Hussey, right? And Ryan is the business agent.
He's the business manager.
He's the business manager, excuse me. He's the business, he handles business up there, right? So we have evolved, right? And now, brother, what's the requirements to get into the apprenticeship program? What's the bare minimum that a brother would need to do or sister would need to do to get into the apprenticeship program?
For inside wire person, our prerequisites are: you must have a valid driver's license, you must have a college or high school credit of algebra, and you must live in our district. We cover Jackson County, Washtenaw County, Little Ingham, and Little Livingston.
Mm-hmm. So you heard what the brother said. You said college or high school
credit of algebra.
Credit of algebra. Y'all hear that? I don't think they listened this morning, because the board should be lit up. You get what I mean? My phone should be ringing saying, hook me up, right? And that's what we're here for. We're trying to share some information on how our brothers not just get into the trades, into the electrical trade, but also another trade. You shared a story with me. We talked that the roofers union were looking for 25 people?
Right now, the trades need people.
Okay.
The roofers, the painters, the laborers, they're all needing people. We're in the winter months. It's a little slow right now, but come spring, summer, all of these trades will be looking for applicants, and now is the time. If someone would like to have a career that pays them a decent wage and have health care and pension to live in dignity, the trades is where it's at.
Yeah. We see all this building taking place around the state of Michigan, city of Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County. But when you start looking out there, you start seeing persons that don't look like you and me. Matter of fact, we see a lot of persons working on the streets and inside who've actually come from other countries, coming specifically here to the state of Michigan, Washtenaw County, to work because work is available in abundance, right? And a lot of our brothers and sisters are just not aware of how to navigate and get in there, and also not aware that these jobs are available for us, and not aware of the economy and the building that's taking place around here, right? But there's something around here that I have to address. You know, he and I both are skilled in electrical installation, repairs, and maintenance of it. And voltages range from your normal quote unquote household current, 120 volts, 240 volts. And then we get into commercial industrial voltage of 277 volts, 480 volts, then up to 13,200 volts. 13,200 volts is that proverbial, when you get, matter of fact, you get close to 480. Is that proverbial when you get close to it, your hair stands up. It'll make me and this good brother who we have curly hair, we get too close to it, it'll make you curl up and stand, make it stand up. You get what I mean? You can feel it, right? Point I'm getting at, when you're playing with electricity, you got to come on the job in a sober state of mind. You got to be conscious of what you're doing, right? As a matter of fact, when you're working on a 277 and 480 volts, you have to have two people working on it at all times. Is that still applicable? Yes. Right. So you got to have two people with you all the time. So you can't come to work hot. You can't be working on electricity hot. You can't be operating heavy machinery, light machinery hot. You can't be operating the drill. You can't be operating the saw. well high. And that's one of the problems that we have with a lot of our brothers in our community is that they can get in position to make money. But then when it comes take time to take the drug tests, they're positive for marijuana. I don't want nobody working with me, assisting me when I'm working on 13,200 volts, 480 volts, even 120 volts, because I know what it's like to work up underneath the influence of substances. I was sharing with the brother earlier, because I'll tell my story. When I was working at Pioneer High School, lifting 5-inch rigid 10-foot piece of conduit high. And the business agent and I believe it was the owner of the company, came and walked me off the job. Yeah, they walked me off the job because I was high. And not only was I a danger and threat to myself, I was a danger and threat to everybody that was around me, right? And so I'm putting this stuff out there is because there's a lot of opportunities out there available for us, good brother. But we have to meet some of the prerequisites. And one of the prerequisites in occupations such as ours, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, you got to be a sober mind and you got to be in your right mind. I mean, you operating a circular saw as a carpenter. I'm gonna put that out there. As a carpenter, and you have and you cut your fingers off, right? You're working as a plumber, welding some pipes, and you high, and you set the building on fire. That doesn't happen. So trades is out there, they're available. We're gonna make this information available to you and how to get involved with it. And we probably won't come back in there. But anyway, we're gonna change gears a little bit, right? And you see up in here, it says James Johnson for state representative, okay? So the good brother right here is running for state representative. First, what area are you going to represent? And I'm putting that out there. What area are you going to represent?
Well, the district that I am running for election it's the western side of Ann Arbor, Saline, Scioto Township, a little Chelsea, a little Dexter, a little Manchester, Summit, Clark Lake, Columbia Township, and Brooklyn area. This is House District 47.
47, okay.
After the redistricting lines, House District 47 comes into Jackson County area and incorporates our training facility, our Ann Arbor Hall, and our Jackson Hall as well, and my home.
Okay. You know, for a lot of people who may not be aware of who you are, right? But there's some questions always. I don't have this anybody on the show. Anybody know that? You just don't, you know, I don't entertain that, right? But share with the people, man, what makes you qualified? What makes you qualified to represent the people of that area? You know, because a lot of people, I know a whole bunch of people running right now ain't never done nothing other than run their mouth, and then they want to talk about vote for me. For what? And there's a lot of people been out there right now who asked to be reelected and still ain't did a damn thing. But anyway, brother, what makes you qualified to represent the people of that area?
Well, I'm a 22-year IBEW member.
Okay.
And as an organizer, I fight for working people every day of my life. Mm-hmm. And I want to be the conduit of working people. I want to be the voice of working people. I have been working campaigns since 2015. I've been door knocking, doing phone banks and et cetera for all of our candidates that represent labor. Last year, I was regional field director for the AFL-CIO over Washtenaw County. I was literally in charge of all of the phone banks and the door knocking canvases for Washtenaw County. Mm-hmm. So if you got a door, knock at your door, or you got a telephone call saying, please help elect Senator Gary Peters and some of the other politicians, that was me behind that. Wow.
So you just didn't, and I know these things, right? You just didn't show up when it was election time and said, hey man, vote for me because I want to run for office. This is what I want to do. You actually got experience working with the people and actually doing the footwork and the forerunner work before actually sending out the petitions to get you on the ballot.
Oh, absolutely. I've been doing this work since 2015. One of the other many hats I wear for my local as well. I'm the registrar and political coordinator for IBEW 252. So I've been doing the political run for quite some time. I've been to Washington. I've been in a room with Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi. I've met with a lot of our politicians on a regular and voiced labor people's concerns to them. Also in the city of Jackson, I'm active. I believe in giving back to my community.
Okay.
I currently sit on 5 different commissions for the city of Jackson. I'm on the Human Relations Commission.
Okay.
We handle all of the NDO complaints, any discriminatory complaints from city staff, police, anybody. We handle all of that. I'm on the Jackson Housing Commission. We're tasked with being over all of the subsidized housing projects in Jackson, which we're trying to tear down one and rebuild affordable housing for our citizens. I'm also on the Planning Commission. I'm on the MLK Corridor Rebuild Commission. MLK Corridor, that's Martin Luther King corridor there in Jackson, used to be Francis Street. We're gonna rebuild that, revitalize that, and make it more economical and just profitable for companies and businesses to want to move on that side of town and do business. So I have my hands in a lot of things because I like to give back to the community and I like to serve the community. In addition to those 5 commissions, I am also vice chair of the United Way board in Jackson, and I chair the DEI committee for United Way. And for some of y'all that don't know, the United Way in Jackson just merged with Capital City United Way and Battle Creek Kalamazoo United Way. We're now, I believe, the South Central United Way. And I just have been voted as vice chair of that board as well. So giving back to my community is what I do. And I'm thankful that I'm in a position where I can give back to the community and help others, because years ago, some people helped me to get to where I am.
There we go.
And I want to help the new generation.
Brother, you wear more hats than I do. You wear more hats than I do. Brother James Johnson, you said something that people helped you out, right? And people have helped me out along the way. What, if I can ask, what motivates you to be involved civically and with your community and with people, that giving spirit? What motivates you to do that?
I see some of our youth going down some of the wrong paths, and rather than talk about these individuals, I want to help them. Right now, I've been working with one of the state trooper commanders in Jackson to do a mentoring program for young men and women to help steer them towards a better path. Far too long, I think a lot of our youth have, run astray, and we need people to step up and to help mentor them and guide them to make the right decision. Because at the end of the day, who you choose as friends can change your life.
Ooh, you ain't lying about that. I'm the general manager of an organization called Supreme Felons Incorporated. And today at 2:00 right here, we're having our very first icebreaker, where we mentor youth who've not necessarily on the path or headed to the path, but we're trying to share our life experiences with our youth so they don't have to experience some of the things that I experienced and some of our other members experienced. And what we're trying